Welcome to DreamSyntax's Intro to Hacking GameCube and Wii Games. This was recorded in February of 2020. So first things first, what tools do we need? Well, we're going to need Dolphin in debugging mode, which if you've used Dolphin before just for playing around, I highly recommend go getting a new copy of it and putting it in portable mode so you don't interfere with your configs. Debugging mode Dolphin is unstable, and even if you turn it off afterwards, there's going to be some lingering effects, so I highly recommend having it separate. Next we'll need DME, which is just Dolphin Memory Engine, or DME for short. Or you could go use Cheat Engine if you're more familiar with that. However, for Dolphin-based editing, I highly recommend DME. So let's go grab those two things. You just use your favorite search engine and go look up Dolphin MU. Here it is, dolphinmu.org. Hit the download button. And don't grab the beta version. Go ahead and grab the development version, and if you don't already have this, make sure you have this. Okay, that's downloaded. Then I need to go get to Dolphin Memory Engine, which I have my own fork of it here, which has a minor fix with the copy and pasting, and you can go in the description to go to this release link, and here it is right here. I'm going to download that. Next, you need a hex editor of your choice. If you've never used one before or have no idea what I'm talking about, I highly recommend getting HXD Freeware Hex Editor. Again, just Google HXD Hex Editor. First link right here, mhnexus.de. Go ahead on the side, click Programs, and here we go. Newest version, download. And you can choose to get the installable version, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the portable one, and I want English, so here we go. And I'm going to save this part for the later end of the video. So that's really all you need to get started, these three programs right here. Go ahead and extract this, going to extract DME, and going to extract Dolphin. Once that's done, go ahead and open up the Dolphin you extracted. And before you even open this, make a new text file called portable.txt. Then when you open Dolphin, you'll see a new user folder is created. Say yes or no to this, your choice. Alright. So first off, pick the game. Alright, so now we have Dolphin here, and I'm gonna make sure it runs. It's all good. However, I would highly recommend going and tweaking your graphics here, set it to Direct3D 11, or if you're on a non-Windows system, OpenGL is fine. But I find Direct3D 11 is the most stable for this game. It changes per game, just keep that in mind. And I'm not going to do any changes, so I'm just going to do Force by 3. I will show FPS. These are all just preferences. For debugging, you don't really need to mess with any of these. I do want borderless full screen in case I make it full screen though. And the rest I'm just going to leave alone. In config, I'm going to turn off dual core and enable cheats. This will make it a little bit more stable when you're debugging, but not much. So if you're having huge slowdown and it makes a big difference, then leave this on. Not going to show on Discord. Here we go. Under interface, now you have a show debugging UI button. Go ahead and click that. This used to not be here. You'd have to make a shortcut and do a -D like this. I'll go ahead and show it how it used to be. So you make a shortcut. I'm going to drag that back into the folder just so you see it. So here it is, dolphin.exe shortcut. You go to Properties, add a -D flag to the end of it. And now when you would launch it, it would launch in debugging mode like this. But you don't need to do that anymore. You just need to go to Config, Interface, and right here, Show Debugging UI. Lastly, I don't believe there's anything else you need to change here. Make sure this is all left alone. Cool. Alright, so what do we have here? Now we have a code tab, we have some new instruction buttons up here, and there's a new JIT tab and a symbols tab. Dolphin has a lot of powerful features, one of which is the file monitor, which I don't think you actually need to be in debug mode to get to. So I believe it's under View, Show Log, and Show Log Configuration. Under Log Configuration, you're going to go down here and look for File Monitor. And I don't think there's really anything else of interest for us at this time. You could do OS report here to see if your game dumped any messages. Sometimes some games do. Shadow does dump a few things at stage init and stage end, but that's about it, so it's not really too useful. I don't think there's anything else we want here. Okay, looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and change notice to info. And here's the log if I go and run this game. Now we can see that while this game is running, it went ahead and accessed some files. How we can see these files, if you go to Dolphin here, right click, go to Properties, very right tab, File System, there's the disk itself. And Dolphin has a neat feature called FST, where if you go and extract the entire disk, Make a new folder. Call this demo shadow extraction. Select this folder. Gonna go ahead and extract. Okay. Once that's done, go ahead and go back to config here. Go to paths, add, and go to that new folder you made, which demo shadow extraction. But instead of picking this folder, you need to pick sys. Select that. You can go and close out of that. Hey, look at that. Now we got a 0-byte disk right here. If you go and view this file, here's the raw disk. So you can make changes to this. Do note, however, making changes to this while the game is running can cause some weirdness, so it's best to edit things, close the game, relaunch it, and then you're good to go. We'll come back to this in a moment. Let's go and launch the game one more time. I'm going to pause it. See this code tab here? This looks kind of weird. Let's move this out a bit, crunch this guy back over. Let's not worry about this for now, but this is going to be useful later. Up top, go to View. You're going to be interested in registers, and you're going to be interested in breakpoints. There are some other features here like memory that you can go browse through, but honestly I prefer using DME, so I'm going to not use the memory built-in editor. And what's up with threads? I'm not too interested in this in the context of this game, so I'm not going to mess with that. Alright, so we got some registers here now, we got some breakpoints, code, got the log and log configuration. And once you're satisfied with how you want this set up, you can just hide this if you want. I don't really need the log right now, but I'm going to keep this up for later. So let's talk about symbol maps next. Let's go ahead and just launch the game. I'm going to pause. So here's all the instructions like before, but it's pretty gross. You don't see where functions begin really nice, and there's no definitions anywhere. So to remedy that, you can go to symbols, generate symbols from address, which will just add an address to everything. And I guess some of these pull in automatically. But other than that, this is still a mess. It's all one single color, not too easy to tell where things begin and end. But at the very least, there's now a nice call stack here. So to get around that, you can go to symbols, generate symbols from signature databases. And now we got some nice colors per every different function, at least relative to each other. So here's some yellow, here's blue, etc. This also gives you some stuff from the Dolphin SDK and other known symbols. Keep in mind though, some of this will be wrong. What can I think of? So, is player instance. I think this is not accurate, but it's certainly better than starting from nothing. So once you have your symbol map, you're going to go to symbols and save symbol map. And you want to do this off pretty much anytime you make changes, as when Dolphin crashes or whatnot, the symbol map will not save, so just remember to constantly be doing this. There's some other features here too that you can get familiar with, but I don't really mess with this. I really just care about loading the symbol map and saving it once you're at this part. However, for this game, we already have a symbol map from my dabblings with the 2-player mod. So I can go to GitHub, github.com/shadowhedgehoghacking. We have right here shadow disasm and DMW, and right here goop8p.map. So I'm going to download this, and that actually took me here, so I'm going to copy all this. Close that out. Close out Dolphin. Go to the Dolphin. Go to User. Go to Maps. Goop8p.map. If this doesn't exist, you can just make a new file. And since I had saved the map, this is what had happened from generating from the signature databases, but I don't care about any of this, so I'm going to delete it all and paste what I grabbed from GitHub. Okay, so now let's go back to Dolphin. Reopen it, launch the game. Pause. And now you see we have all my defined symbols, which may or may not help you. A lot of it is just from experimentation, and sometimes there's question marks because I wasn't really sure, checkpoint PI related, etc. But if you're going to work on this game, this is at least a better starting point than nothing, and you can contribute and help refine it. So we're done with Dolphin. We're going to go ahead and set up HXD now. This is the portable version, so I'm just going to stick it somewhere where I can easily move this around. That's fine. I don't care about this. Good. Installation target, here we go. And I am on a 64-bit machine, I don't care about this. So I'm going to actually delete this just for my own sanity, and there we go. Whenever you're reversing a file that's actually on the disk, that's when you would use HXD. In this case, we're not going to mess with it for this tutorial. Okay, lastly, let's take a look at DME. Actually got a Windows security scan pop-up for block on first sight. I'm going to go ahead and let it run. There we go. All right, it's up, so that should never happen again. All right, so here's DME. I'm going to go ahead and run Dolphin. And we can move on to our first task.